games in a row. They beat N5 2-1. It was a really surprising result. Lonnie Taller and Joshua Parker on the score sheet last week. VZN FC were the pressure point kings last season. Won it 4 weeks out of the 11 this season. Haven't won a single one. There he is, the new goalkeeper tonight. There's a starting six for Vision that looks like this: Florian Castrati, Lonnie Taller, Joshua Parker, Rodell Gordon, Daniel Bowery and Melvin Minter. So on the side of the 26ers, Emmanuel Rowe, Ebenezer Aduka for Connor Wood, Bilal Sayoud and Jardel Sterling. Been one of the sides that have wildcarded the least this season. Castrati off balance and off target. No real problem there. Speaking of danger men, Bilal Sayoud, number 26 for the 26ers, has had more shots than any other player this season. 73 shots he's had across all previous 9 weeks. 9 goals he has scored this season. He scored 20 last year, was part of the team of the season. Forget the rocket that Jardel Sterling scored last week. Very disappointing defeat it was to Wembley Rangers. Looking to bounce back tonight. Connor Wood, lofted ball to Bilal Sayoud, who is onside, and well, that's 74 shots for the season he's had. Scored in the second half game changer last week, but it was too little too late for the 26ers. Question for the YouTube chat: do you think the 26ers will make the top 4, yes or no? Their next match is against Ruckus on match day 11 next Monday. There was chat of a corner there for the 26ers, and you can see absolutely so on the replay. It wasn't given or it wasn't challenged. Just keep in mind that both teams can throw in a ref challenge at any point. Ebenezer Aduka for Sterling. Shot off the back of Taller. Hello. As I see in the chat, the 26ers play Ruckus next week. That'll be their final game. If you have missed some of the results coming through tonight, there's been lots to talk about. Depot Trio beat Clutch 4-1. SDS beat M7 5-4. N5-1 5-4 against MVPs after being 3-0 down in that game. Pressure point was won by MVPs, Eddie Mieko. Won't do much for them, unfortunately, on their point tally. And then NDL won 7-3 against Wembley Rangers in our fourth game of the night. Still to come after this. Rutgers versus United. Angry Ginge will be playing in the game as well as a wild card. He's already teased us. Already warming up. Gordon, sort of chest touch there, gets stopped. Connor would find Emmanuel Rowe at the back post, finds Bilal Sayoud. Corner, that time it's given.
Keepers are valuable in ball league. It's the first corner though for 26ers. Just a reminder, 3 corners means penalty.
3 corners will be a penalty. It's your first time watching ball league. Corners don't exist. If you win 3 of them, you get a penalty. Danello on now. He's had his fair share of matchday 11 drama. He was involved, of course, in that game against Santan that just couldn't be a draw last season. It was a draw. It was his goal that went in after the 30th minute. Ball League season 1 fan, you remember that. Well, that's the table as it stands. With this game being a draw, 26ers will be outside the top 4. They have 16 points next to their name. A win would put them in the top 4. Just behind M7 on goal difference. Depending on how many they score, they need a 7-goal swing. On the bottom side of the table for Vision. On this side, they're just playing for pride. Deflection on that off target.
Steve!
We're back underway for a Vision. Melvin Minter to bring this forward. What do you reckon, YouTube chat? 8 minutes in, goalless so far. When's our first goal going to come? Someone have a guess. Someone see if they can get it right. Let's have a little look and see what one can predict. You can see yourself in the chat. Comments coming through now.
First time!
I think he wanted it first time. Eventually given against Daniel Bowery. 2-0 to the 26ers. Prediction from the chat coming through.
Force back. Yes, cover as well. Go.
Sterling. He hit one from that distance last week and it went flying into the top corner. A win here would put 26ers in the top 4. SDS would fall out. Seen Belmahani there, just in the way of Eric DeMello. Chance to counter-attack now for the 26ers. Bilal Sayoud all the way across to Emmanuel Roby. Don't let him shift onto his right boot. Week after week. No one seems to learn. You do not let that man on his right foot. He's 12th for this season. He's the top goal scorer for the 26ers. He bagged 10 last season. He's already bettered his account this year. Here you ask, well, what does that do for the table? That's what it does. It's still a 6-goal difference swing for M7. The 26ers are in the top 4. Remember, there is still another week to play next Monday. Away for a corner.
Corner a minute, and it's also 1 minute to game changer.
It's going to be the most interesting there next week. Wembley Rangers play clutch. SDS play N5. M7 play NDL. All those teams that are just lofting around the... Lofted header there coming in from Bilal Sayoud, just over the bar. Some really big fixtures coming next week. "15 seconds away from our first half game changer here. Well, I think that's going to do us.
5, 4, 3,
as we head into our game changer.
1.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. We go higher. It's time to go higher.
Onside will be on game change for the next 3 minutes. Basically, in short, you cannot be offside for the next 3 minutes. All offside rules are suspended for the next 3 minutes. You can stand where you want on the pitch. The usual offside line is not in effect. Minutes of onside, 6v6. Usual rules. Just encourage the team to stretch the play a bit more. There's Jordi Mongoy. And there is Yassine Belmahani, and it's over the bar from Eric DeMello. Ben Elmahani there looking for his 7th of the season. Oh, just the wrong side of the crossbar. For that foul, it was on Jardel Sterling. From Jardel Sterling, sorry, got away there to talking to for the referee. Well, Joshua Parker and Daniel Bowery over this. Are we going to see a direct shot? I think we are. Joshua Parker to hit it! And over the bar it goes. Until match day 8, we only had 6 goals scored during this game changer. The last week we had 7 in one single week during onside. Sayoud. Ebenezer Aduka, 4, deflection, corner. One more of those for the 26s, they'll get a penalty. Hang on a second. Somehow Jardel Sterling gets round. Back to Eric DeMello. And is there a hand on it? Yes, there was. Says the referee. 2 corners.
2 corners apiece. Both sides on the verge of a penalty. In the final minute of the first half.
Left. We've got a stat about a goal scored in onside. He's living up to it. Connor Woods tries to place it in. Vision could counter-attack now, though. But there's no offside. Stand where you want. The time is run there. I think it's going to be a goalless game changer, unless it's a penalty. That could come from a third corner. Throw out for Melvin Minter. Can they make the most of this vision? Joshua Parker. And O'Malley.
7, 6, 5,
Shorty's to coming down.
4, 3, 2.
Melvin Minter over the bar at half-time. It hasn't been the half that's been full of goals. It has at the halfway point. The 26ers lead Vision by a goal to 0.
All right, we're here in the United dressing room. Brian Lee, Max Pittman for a game of teammates. You're surrounded by your teammates, so don't stitch anybody up. Max, fastest in the team.
Angry Ginge.
What a liar. Slowest? Ooh. Hurricane. Worst dressed?
Cadell Daniels, he's turned up in something crazy today.
Yeah, consistently worst dressed as well. Worst trim? Worst trim? Oh. Cadell again. Not a bit of me, that. Deary me. Worst banter in the squad?
Abs. Abdulaziz, worst banter. You're quiet, bro. You're going on about, what was it? Asphalt or something.
Nothing wrong with his job, bro.
No.
Nothing wrong with his job.
He's a good footballer.
Yeah, absolutely. Best finisher? Ooh. Marcus. Worst finisher?
Brian Lee.
Final question, it's the one everybody wants to know the answer to as well. Longest in the shower?
Probably Meds.
Yeah, we'll finish it on that.
That was Max Pittman and Brian Lee doing teammates. Coming up next is Ruckus against United. And Chunks, we haven't actually spoken about that man on the right, Angry Ginge, getting his boots on today.
Is he actually?
You clearly weren't listening when Joan was interviewing Micah and
crazy.
Ginge.
He's playing centre-back.
He is playing. Angry Ginger said he will play for United tonight.
And when it comes to YouTube footballers, generally he's up there. I think he's very, very good at football.
We will find out tonight. He will be featuring against Ruckus a little bit later in our final game. But first, 26ers. How many times, Chunks, have we said if you put Emmanuel Robe in that position on the pitch, he will find the back of the net?
I love that boy so much. Emmanuel Robe, he just puts his head down, gets his foot through it. He's going to score a goal. I generally think he's been the best striker this season.
Well, he is on 12 goals, and Stefan Ilic is on 14.
Nah, but Ilic ain't really like a striker. I'm talking about number 9, just get the goals for me.
You know, like we say, on that right-hand side, there is no one that you would rather the ball fall to in that position than Emmanuel Rowe.
He's just going to smash it. He's just going to bang it. He's just going to bang it, honestly. And that's what I love about Emmanuel Rowe.
And it's currently, both teams currently have 2 corners. However, JT's 26ers, there was a shot in the first half right at the beginning that was quite clearly saved by the keeper and not given. So if JT's team don't go on to win that game, that could come back to bite them. However, they're in a good position, 1-0 up. Would you expect them to go on and win it from here? This is the corner I'm talking about. They didn't appeal and the referees didn't see it. But that was obviously a clear penalty, a clear corner.
That is difficult to see that, so I do understand the ref's point of view there. But to be fair, you snooze, you lose.
But they've got 2, and it's another one, and it's a penalty. They are currently winning 1-0 against Vision. This would be very, very big for JT's 26ers if they could get this one over the line, wouldn't it, Chunks?
Yep.
Well, only 1 goal scored in that last 15 minutes. Hopefully a few more tonight from these two. As it stands, this result will put the 26ers into the top 4.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Vision.
2, 1.
They don't have much to play for other than pride. What they could do is do a favour. To a few of those teams in the top 4. Maybe fellow cyber member of M7, Mini Minter. Shot on the turn. It's just wide of the right-hand post. From wild card, Jordi Mongoy. Just wide. And there's no doubt we're going to get a corner from both of these two teams and a penalty that will be following. Chance to break now. Emmanuel Rowe, as we've learned time and time again, you do not let him out on that right boot. Great pass across, Bilal Sayoud. And there's the corner. And he's going to be taking the penalty, no doubt.
It's a third corner for the 26ers, and you know what that means. It's a penalty!
Well, is it going to be goal number 10 for the season for Bilal Sayoud? It is a penalty to the 26ers. And it is Bilal Sayoud to step up to score. No! It is still 9 for the season. We said they'd get corners, we said they'd get a penalty. You won't get a better chance than that. Still 1-0, great save, Melvin Minter. Was his chance there to get his 10th last season. He scored 20 goals for 26ers. As much as they didn't make the top 4, he was still in goal scoring form. For Parker. Is there a save on it out for a corner? No. Appreciate the energy and intensity still coming in from Vision FC. This season may be over. Is still there to try and win this. get the goal back on the pitch. Taking quite a few ricochets tonight from the post and the bar. Pass again from VZN there, gifted. You might be able to feel a little raw. That's Andrew Ginge in a kit. He's playing tonight for United. Parker surrounded by 26 shirts. Oh, Elsie! Oh, that was it. That's how he pulled that off. He has scored quite a few good finishes this year, Joshua Parker. That one just goes wide. It's the way it rolled around the back of the net. Still no touch on it, and Vision still waiting for that third corner. Parker. There's the shot, still no deflection. We've had 8 shots so far this game, Vision, 1 on target. I mean, hang on. Never meant to fly off his line. That was a huge chance there for Farrow's Mensah. 26ers win this game, as a few of you in the chat have asked. They will go into 4th place. They will knock out SDS down to 5th. Goal difference must be a lot stronger. Now Sayoud, strong tackle. There's a few VIPs in the building tonight. Felix Metscher of Borussia Dortmund in town here at the Copper Box. Last week Nico O'Reilly was here at Manchester City. No doubt there'll be a few more faces, we know. In the Final 4 for January is where we'll all be kicking off the Final 4, battling out for the championship. There's a foul there.
Last game again.
Was there a corner? No. Emmanuel Rome. Still. Minter knew exactly what was coming at him. Taken quickly, Connor Wood.
About the second half of game 6 on that, so I've got half.
Look at there from touching the roof.
3.5. Well, someone's got to do, or you, whatever. Can I do the first half? So I've got the second half. Get the boxes done, get the diary. I've got to do the second half. The first half.
Emmanuel Robe. Strati had his the goal of this one's come from Emmanuel Robe 10 minutes in. Other than that, it hasn't been the most entertaining. Fortunately enough, we are only a few minutes away from a game changer. Sterling. Move up the pitch ever so slightly, the 26ers. That's taken a deflection on the way through. Farrell Mensah into Connor Woods. There's the second. There's a bit of a ricochet on the way through, but they won't care. Rose Mensah with the all-important pass into Connor Woods. His 7th goal of the season.
Let it go, come on!
They've just kind of cruised through the game.
Jordy, run, different run.
There's been anything outstanding from them. They've just had there's a couple of chances they've had. Believe it or not, Vision have had more possession, more of the ball, but they haven't really done anything with the chances they've had. They've had one shot on target in this whole 25 minutes. Near enough. So that change now, the corner. There's the corner. And there's the penalty.
It's the third corner. Vision FC have a penalty.
Who's taking it? Castrati? It looks that way. Florian Castrati to bring a goal back for Vision FC. Castrati scores.
Vision FC right back in this.
It's been a much slower season for Florian Castrati.
A single goal, that's 2 on 26ers.
He was in 14 goals last season. Just opened up his account. Emmanuel Robe, deflection. No problem at all there. Melvin Minter will try and break. Connorwood intercepts. As it stands, 26 is still in the top 4 here. The energy of the wild card, Jordan Mongoy. Wild card tonight has played
Once again, it could be a crucial time.
non-league football for the likes of Wilston, Chatham
in
Town,
2 minutes.
Spennymoor Town, just to name a few, comes in tonight. His first ball league experience for Vision. Castrati. No problem at all.
Stay focused. Come on, lock in. This game's there for the taking.
1 minute 30 away. Turn there from Ebenezer. Ebenezer moves to 4. Mensah. "50 seconds away, is he offside?" Parker is offside, yes. Connor Woods tries to place it. Onto the corner, no deflection there. And another offside call. "15 seconds away then. What are we going to get in our second half game changer?" Feels like what the game needs. Fair play, the line, or 1-on-1. That will be a corner as well before we go there.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. We go higher. It's time to go higher.
1-on-1. Well, is there a way back for Vision? There's only a goal between them. For the next 3 minutes, it will be a 1-on-1. A player from each team will shoot from behind the halfway line or just inside their opponent's half on the edge of the O2 logo. The opposing player will defend from their own half, but they cannot use their hands. If they do use their hands to block the shot, the goal will stand. You get 15 seconds, the clock doesn't stop. You've got to be quick, you've got to be clinical. My guess is going to be, Bilal Sayoud. And it's Melvin Minter, the goalkeeper. He can't use his hands, remember. Bilal Sayoud, goal! 3-1. Well, there's his 10th goal of the season. He's got it now. Castrati. We'll play John L. Sterling. Bilal Sayoud, 2 from 2. Let's have a look. Sayoud. Is that one going to bounce? It has bounced back towards Vision. Pulled it across the halfway line, so there will be their chance. Minute gone of the game changer. Castrati, goal, saved, but into his own goal.
This is not over.
Of course, you have to remember you cannot use your hands in the game changer of 1-on-1. Bilal Sayoud on for a hat-trick. Save with the feet of Melvin Minter. Castrati on for a hat-trick, not quite yet. Bilal Sayoud, goal!
Bilal Sayoud.
4-2. Off target, I think that's going to do us. And I think they know it too. A minute left to play, he's on for a hat-trick. Well, he scored in the 29th minute last week. He's going to bag a hat-trick by the looks of it in the 29th minute this week. It's a hat-trick for Bilal Sayoud. And it is 12 for the season. The 26ers into the top 4. And a +3 goal difference, which will go alongside that point tally. Well, last kick of the game is going to fall to Yassine Ben Al-Mahani. It'll be nothing more than a consolation.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do us. Huge result. The 26ers will play Ruckus next week on match day 11. I'll be honest, it was the most entertaining game before the second half properly got going after 25 minutes, and then the goal started to come. The full-time result, the 26ers 5, Vision FC 2. Into the top 4 they go, just behind M7, but they will be on the same point tally. 18 points. What a stacked top 6 that is looking like at the moment. But only 4, remember, can make it through to the all-important Final 4. Well, let's head down in just a second with Joe Thomason, who's with a very happy JT.
JT, into the top 4 with just 1 game week to play.
Sigh of relief at the end. That's Baller League in a nutshell there. We dominated the game, we were by far the better side, and it could all come down to the one-on-one at the end. But to be fair, Bilal stepped up and delivered really good performance tonight, and like you said, that keeps us in the top 4.
How confident are you going into that final game week that you are going to be in the Final 4?
Listen, we're really confident. We've played very well this season. We've been really good attacking. Defensively, we've been really good also as well. So obviously confident. They're struggling at the moment as well. So when teams are struggling down there, it's important you go into those games and deliver.
Last question, are 26ers going to win this thing?
I'm not sure, but we're in the mix this year, so I'm delighted.
Ah, he's a footballer, isn't he?
Well, now is the perfect time to vote for your Head and Shoulders MV.